ahead and just grab that. And we will start as usual in our gentle heart opening position. So I'm going to grab my block. Just place it right in the middle of your mat. Again, whether that's a block, blanket, or pillow, and then just gently lay on top of it so that that object lies right in between the shoulder blades. You can just rest gently on top of it, allowing the arms to splay out to the sides, opening up the chest. You can have the legs extended, you can bend the knees here, or you can bring the feet into butterfly position. These are all options for you, so I'm going to give you a minute to find the most comfortable position there. And as always, that block or object is optional. So if you would like to just start on your back, stay, and find a comfortable position there, that's always an option. Once you find that comfortable position, let's all take a nice deep breath together. So inhaling through the nose, filling the belly, filling the lungs as much as you possibly can. And then loud, open mouth exhale. Let it all go. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Release your jaw. Release the area in between the eyebrows. I'm just finding stillness here for a moment. Becoming present in this space. And just starting to bring your attention to any sounds that are surrounding you today. Any sensations on your skin. Any feelings that your body might be holding on to. So just doing a quick scan of the body, noticing any areas of tension. And just simply noticing them, maybe sending your breath to those areas. And just trying to relax a little bit more with each exhale. And then from here, just bringing your attention inwards. Let's begin to focus on the breath, just the natural ebb and flow of your inhales and your exhales, noticing how the belly rises as you inhale and falls as you exhale. And noticing your heartbeat. And then from here, let's begin to think of something you're grateful for today. Whatever it is that brought you joy today, just meditating on that moment, that feeling, that person, whatever it was today that made you feel good. Just picturing that in your mind, meditating on that image, and just bringing this energy of gratitude into your hearts and into your practice today. And then from here, on your next inhale, you can begin to bring the arms overhead, feeling the belly, feeling the lungs. And then as you exhale, slowly rolling over to either side, kind of making your way into a fetal position, bringing the knees in towards the chest, and using your arm to kind of lay on as a pillow. So from this position here, you can go ahead and just remove that object, place it off to the side for now, and then roll onto your backs. Knees are bent, facing up towards the ceiling. Feet flush with your mat, knees about hip width apart. And then just bringing some gentle movements into the body today, just bringing the knees side to side. Gently awakening the body here. And then from here, hugging the knees in towards the chest, giving them a tight squeeze, rocking side to side. And then from here, we're just gonna work on some core activation, warming up our bodies from the inside out before we begin our flows. So from this position, you can just lift up the feet from the mat, knees at a 90-degree angle here. And then slowly focusing on pressing the low back into the mat as we slightly tuck the tailbone up towards the ceiling. This little movement here should activate those lower abs, and you should feel that core activate here. So if this is enough for you today, feel free to stay and breathe here. You can begin to roll up the ankles here, spread those toes nice and wide, point and flex those feet. Just brightening up those toes. And then again, option to stay here and breathe if you want to take it up a little bit. You have the option to bring the arms straight out in front of you, reaching towards the ceiling. Rolling up the wrists here a little bit, spreading and opening the fingertips. Again, option to stay here if this is enough core work for you today. If you want to take it further, nice big inhale as we reach right arm towards right ear, left leg extends down towards your mat. And then exhale, bring both arms and legs to center. As we actively press low back into the mat again, slight tuck of the tailbone, continuing through this whole motion here. So activating the low abs. As you inhale, opposite arm, opposite leg this time. So left arm comes up by the left ear, right leg extends down towards your mat. As we lengthen our bodies, and then exhale, bring it back towards center. We're gonna do a few more each side, just moving with your breath. Inhale, extend, exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend, right arm, left arm, right leg, exhale, bring it back in. Nice job. We're gonna do two more on each side. Inhale, nice and slow with control. Extend, exhale, arm and leg, come back to center. Again, activating the low abs, low back is pressed to the mat at all times. Inhale, extend, exhale, bring it back center. Nice job. From here, you can hug the knees in towards the chest, gently rock side to side. Great job. From here, we're gonna do one more ab exercise. So if you have that block or pillow handy, go ahead and grab it. We're gonna place it right in between the calves or the shins here. And then just slowly squeezing that object in between the legs here. So we're activating the inner thighs. And again, slight tip of the tailbone as we press the low back into the mat, flexing the toes. So the heels are pressing up towards the ceiling. And again, this might be enough core activation for you today. The low abs should be working here. If you want to take it up a notch, we're gonna inhale, arms right in front of you, so they're reaching towards the ceiling. Nice big inhale here, then exhale, we're gonna lift the shoulders, lift the head, reaching towards the toes, keeping a nice space between the chin and the chest here. So I'm not crunching in, I'm reaching up. And then exhale, bring it down, or inhale, bring it down. When you're ready, once again, nice big inhale here. Exhale, lift up with the heart, with the chest, looking up towards the ceiling. Inhale, bring it down. It doesn't matter if you inhale or exhale on your way up or down, as long as you're connecting with the movement with an inhale or an exhale. It's up to you. So try to exhale as you come up, inhale as you come down, if that feels good. Again, it doesn't really matter as long as you're connecting one movement with one breath. So go ahead and just begin to work through this core movement with your own breath. Get five more in here. Working with the breath, with control, with intention. Your abs should be burning here. Should be warming up the bodies a little bit. And again, actively pressing low back into the mat at all times as we're activating that low abs and slightly tucking the tailbone. When you're done with those 5, you can go ahead and release that block or object, place it off to the side, have knees in towards chest, rock side to side. Great job. From here, bring the feet back down towards the mat. Knees again facing up towards the ceiling. And then from here, we're gonna move into a figure 4 position with the legs, slightly opening up the hips here. So from this position, crossing right ankle over left knee. And then from here, hugging the left knee in towards the chest as we clasp the hands behind the left thigh. So this is the position you should be in. Maybe using kind of the right elbow to open up the right knee. And then from here, you can hug that left knee into the chest, and that should give you a nice stretch in the right hip and right glute area. So if you're not feeling that, kind of try to adjust your hands or your legs. You can even try to extend that left leg if you want to bring it in a little bit closer to the body. That'll give you a nice deep stretch in that right hip area. So just taking a couple breaths here. We're just gently opening up the hips today. When you're ready, you can slowly lower that left foot back down to the mat, keeping this figure 4 position with the legs right here. And then from here, we're just gently gonna allow the knees to fall to the left side. So we're moving into a gentle spinal twist. The bottom of my right foot finds the floor next to me. So this is the position we're in now. The legs are the same. We're just let my knees fall to the left side. And then we can extend the arms out, let your gaze fall to the right. This is just a gentle spinal twist. When you're ready, you can slowly begin to lift up those feet. So we're back to center here. And then you can release that right foot back down to the mat. Maybe moving the knees side to side once again. When you're ready, finding that stillness, knees about hip width apart, feet flat on the mat. Moving into a bridge pose to kind of reset here a little bit. So bringing those feet as closely as you can towards the hips. Arms out to the sides for support here. And then when you're ready, you can begin to press into the heels as we lift up the hips towards the ceiling. So now we're activating the glutes a little bit here, warming them up, warming up the legs. And again, I want you to focus on keeping a nice space between the chin and the chest. So I'm not crunching in here, I'm keeping my heart nice and open, looking up towards the ceiling. Nice deep breaths here. If you want to play around with this bridge pose, you can begin to lift up the toes and the heels, maybe one by one. And kind of just see how these subtle movements can really change the dynamics of this pose. When you're ready, we can slowly rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing those hips to fall all the way onto the mat. And then from there, again, you can bring the knees side to side, bring the knees in towards the chest, whatever you need to do to kind of reset the body here. And then same thing on the other side, this time crossing left ankle over right knee. And then slowly hugging right knee in towards the chest as we clasp the hands behind the right thigh this time. So again, using that left elbow here to kind of open up that left knee if you need to. Hugging in that right knee in towards the chest. You should be feeling a stretch in the left hip and left glute area. So again, if you can't feel that, you can adjust this position a little bit, adjust the hands, adjust the legs. Maybe try extending the right leg up towards the ceiling. Taking a few deep breaths here. When you're ready, we can release right foot back down to the mat. Again, keeping this figure 4 position with the legs. And we're going to move into that gentle spinal twist here. So left sole of the foot finds the floor next to you. Just slowly allowing those knees to fall to the right. Pressing shoulder blades into the mat, extending both arms, and allowing your gaze to fall to the left. Gentle spinal twist. When you're ready, using the core to bring those knees back to center. Uncrossing the legs, hugging knees into the chest, rocking side to side. And then from here, slowly beginning to rock forward and back. So we're getting a few spinal rocks in here. And then again, I like to challenge you guys with this spinal rock to boat hold. So try to challenge yourself, moving straight from a spinal rock into a boat pose. So this is another core work here. So option 1, keep the feet lifted from the mat at a 90-degree angle with the knees. Option 2, that's a little bit too much, you can bring the toes down to the mat and just lean the chest back a little bit, activating that core. Or if we're feeling like we want a little bit more of a workout today, we can extend the legs so they're straight, creating a V position with the body. This is option 3. So wherever we're at, choosing a boat today, holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Hug knees into the chest, get a few more spinal rocks in, and we're gonna do that one more time. So a few more spinal rocks. Massaging those vertebrae. And then when you're ready, holding a boat pose at the top. Struggled with that one there. So again, choosing boat pose of your choice. Option 1, toes on the mat. Option 2, 90-degree angle. Option 3, legs extended. And just finding your breath here, holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. You can hug knees into the chest and begin to roll onto the hands and knees, making your way into a tabletop position. So giving you a second to get there, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, feet at a 90-degree angle. Feet hip width apart, sorry, I cannot talk today. So in this tabletop position, spreading out the fingers nice and wide, gripping them out with them. And then just working through some cat and cows here, waking up the spine. So as you inhale, pressing shoulders away from the ears, opening up the chest, looking up towards the ceiling, moving to cow. And then as you exhale, rounding out the shoulder blades, engaging the core, looking down towards the knees, moving to cat. Inhale, back to cow, and then exhale to cat. And just working through a few more of these with your own breath. Again, connecting a movement with either an inhale or an exhale. You need to add a few spinal rocks, hip rocks side to side or rolling up the neck today. Feel free to do that, whatever your body needs. Just trying to tune in and listen. And then when you're ready, we're gonna open up the inner thighs a little bit today. So extend the left foot out to the left side of your mat here. So left leg is extended, keeping the same position with the body. We're gonna add a few hip rocks, opening up the inner thighs here. So when you're ready, just slowly moving the hips forward and back as we open up the inner thigh muscles, opening up the hips. Nice and easy with control. Bringing the hips down towards that right heel and then lifting them back up. When you're ready, bringing that left knee back in to meet the right. Resetting here, whatever you need to do, a few cat and cows. Moving the hips side to side, rolling up the wrist if you need to. And moving on to the other side, so extending the right leg out this time. Then beginning to move those hips forward and back as we open up the inner thigh muscles. When you're ready, bringing that right knee back into the left, beginning that neutral tabletop position. Again, doing whatever you need to do to kind of Reset the body, getting it ready for its next flow. So if you need to roll out the wrists, roll out the neck, whatever you need. And then we're going to begin to press into the hands. Flip the toes under, lift up the knees so they're hovering about 2 inches from the mat. Engaging the core here. This is an active tabletop position, I have to call it. And then moving from the core, so we're pressing belly button in towards the spine as we lift the hips up and press into the heels, down dog. So this is the first down dog of your practice, so being gentle with your body, taking it easy with yourself. Nice generous bend in the knees here, walking up the feet one by one. And then when you're ready, nice big inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, bend the knees, look forward. And then exhale, slowly walking the feet up to meet the hands, moving into a forward fold bend. Again, nice generous bend in the knees here. As we bring belly over thighs, release the head between the shoulders. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. On your next inhale, inhale half lift. So extending the crown of the head towards the front of the room. Hands can be on the shins, the thighs, or they can be straight back behind you in airplane arms. Yogi's choice here, squeezing shoulder blades together, opening up the chest. And then exhale, release again, belly over thighs, forward fold. From here, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing yourself to slowly move into a standing position. Tadasana mountain pose here. So feet are about hip width apart here. Spread the toes nice and wide, gripping them out with them. Send the weight to the middle of the arches, softening the knees, engaging the thighs. Again, slight tuck of the tailbone as you bring belly button in towards the spine. Rolling shoulders down and back. You can bring arms out to the sides or you can bring hands to heart center. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Starting with our sun salutation A. Flow here, inhaling arms overhead. Find the length of the spine. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, lead at the chest. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk the hands out to a high plank. Engage the core here. Option to work with this on the knees as always, yogi's choice. So wherever we're at, high plank to low plank, elbows tucked in closely to the sides, slowly lowering all the way down. And then for this first one, let's all move with baby cobra. So elbows are bent here, squeezing shoulder blades together, nice open hearts. Inhale here. And then exhale, flip the toes under, send the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms above head. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana mountain pose. So we're just gonna work that same flow, those same movements a few more times, just to warm up the body a little bit. So again, when you're ready, inhaling arms above head. Find length of the spine. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, lead to chest. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk the hands up, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, baby cobra. Option to move into full cobra, arms extended, or upward dog, arms extended, thighs lifted off the mat. Wherever we're at, pressing shoulders away from the ears, opening up the chest, nice big inhale. Exhale, flip the toes under, send the hips back, down dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms above head. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana mountain pose. Nice job. From here, we're gonna work through sun salutation B, which is the same flow we just did, just a little bit of added movements and some modifications. So So starting off the same way, inhaling arms above head. But this time we're gonna exhale to a chair pose. So just like we're sitting into a chair, bend the knees, send the weight to the heels. You can keep arms overhead, or this is a little bit too much on the shoulders, you can bring hands to heart center. So again, we wanna make sure we can see the toes, lift them up and wiggle them. Send the weight to the back of the heels here. We wanna be mindful of the arch of the low back. So again, slight tuck of the tailbone as we pull belly button in towards the spine. Release the shoulders and the ears. Nice open hearts here. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Nice job. One more big inhale. Exhale, melt belly over thighs, forward fold. Inhale, walk the hands out to a down dog this time. Center the left foot, inhale, right leg up and back, down dog split. Finding length in the spine here, crown of the head to the heel. Inhale here, exhale, moving into a plank as we bring the right knee to the right elbow. Engage the core. Inhale, down dog split. Exhale, knee in towards chest. So engage that core again. Inhale, down dog split, plank. Split, sorry. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Engaging those obliques. Nice job. Inhale, down dog split. Exhale, knee in towards chest and hold. And then gently placing the foot in between the hands, runner's lunge, right side. So just checking your alignment here, making sure that right knee is just above the right heel. Shouldn't be going over those toes. Adjusting the base if you need to, adjusting those legs to feel sturdy. Once you feel sturdy, you can inhale, bring arms up towards the ears, and then lift up the heart, lift up the chest, making your way into a crescent lunge. So keeping that nice deep bend in the front leg, 90-degree angle if you can. Keeping arms above head. Back heel is lifted, back leg is straight. Engage the core, nice open hearts, nice open chest. Crescent lunge, nice big inhale here. And then exhale, open up the arms into cactus arms as we squeeze shoulder blades together, opening up the hearts. Inhale, lift up. You can extend that front foot, that front knee. And then exhale, opening up into warrior two. So again, bend that right knee, opening up the chest towards the side wall. The front heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. So that's your alignment here. Shoulders over hips, engage the core. Arms out in front of you, gaze is above the right fingertips. From here, reach forward as you inhale. And then exhale, reach up, up, up and over as we find reverse warrior, finding length in the right side body. You can place that back hand on the thigh, the calf, maybe wrapped around your back for a bind. And then inhale, bring it back to center, warrior two. Exhale, release. Maybe try to bend a little bit further in the right knee. And then inhale, reach forward again. Exhale, side angle you can find, or right elbow finds that right thigh as we lift up the left arm towards the ceiling, gaze, and gaze follows. This is option one. Option two, you can extend both arms so the right fingertips are hovering just above your mat. You want a little bit more of a challenge here. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift up, 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 and up. Use the core. Exhale, warrior two. Great job, guys. From here, extend that right knee. Angle the toes so they're facing the side wall, so they're matching your back foot here. So both of your feet should be pointing towards the side of your mat. Arms out to the sides. Slowly hinging at the hips, leading with the chest, making your way into a wide-legged forward bend. Allowing the head to release into the shoulders, nod the head yes. Shake the head no. Place the hands on the mat for support, and then bend one knee, then the other, moving side to side. When you're ready, slowly heel toeing those feet in a little bit closer together. Find a nice deep bend in both knees, and then slowly lifting up the heart, lifting up the chest, making your way into a deep squat here. So again, slight tuck of the tailbone as we engage the low abs. Be mindful of the arch of the low back. Release the shoulders from the ears. Nice open hearts here. Inhale, arms above head. And then exhale, arms out to cactus arms. This is called goddess pose. So squeeze your shoulder blades together, opening up the heart here. Nice deep bend in the knees. Inhale, extend, bring arms up overhead. This is 5-pointed star. And then exhale, back to goddess pose. Inhale, extend, bring arms overhead. Exhale, take it down. Great job. One more just like that. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, bring it down. From here, challenging you guys a little bit here. Lifting up the heels one by one if you can. Challenging your balance, engaging the core. And then with the heels lifted, begin to extend the knees, bring arms overhead. Keep the heels lifted, and then exhale, you can release the heels back down to the mat, and you get the hips splitting with the chest, taking your way back into that wide-legged forward fold bend. From here, you can begin to angle the toes towards the front of your mat, and then walking your hands over to the right foot, trying to bring nose to knee here. Great job. From here, stepping that left foot back, making your way into a runner's lunge again on the right side. And then from here, just gently bringing that back knee to the mat, flipping back toes under, making your way into this low lunge. So this is a great place to grab a block or a pillow if you need it, just placing it on either side of that right foot for modification here. So if you need that, go ahead and do that. If not, we're going to move into a low lunge. So pressing the hips forward, opening up the chest as you inhale, and then exhale to a half split. So extending that right leg, bending hips back. You should feel the stretch in the right hamstring here. And then inhale, bring hips forward once again, opening up the left hip flexor. Exhale, bring hips back. Half split. So just continuing to move back and forth between these stretches into this mini flow here. Opening up the hamstrings, opening up the hip flexors. These muscles are tight on a lot of people. So being gentle with yourself here. No back pain. So we just want to give them a little extra love when we can. And then when you're ready, getting back in this low lunge position, planting that left hand on the inside of the right foot, and then inhale, right arm up and over, little spiral twist here. Floating that right hand back down to the mat, and then sitting that right foot back to meet the left, moving back into a tabletop position. Bringing the knees nice and wide, big toes to touch, and then send the hips back into a child's pose, just kind of resetting here. Nice deep inhale to the nose, and exhale to the mouth. Taking a few deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, you can begin to lift up onto the hands and knees, making your way into that tabletop position. And again, just rolling out the wrists here, rolling out the neck, whatever you need to do. And then when you're ready, spreading out those fingers nice and wide, keeping them out with them. Tucking back toes under, lifting up the knees so they're hovering 2 inches from the mat. Engage the core here, tucking belly button in towards spine as you lift the hips up, send the weight into the back of the heels, making your way into a down dog. So again, walking out the heels, one by one. Nice generous bend in the knees. Inhale to the nose, exhale to the mouth. This time, inhale, plant the right foot, lift up the left leg up and back, down dog split. Letting lengthen the spine here, lengthen the body from the crown of the head all the way to the heel. And as you exhale, moving into that plank, bringing left knee to left elbow. Inhale, down dog split. Exhale, knee towards chest. So move into plank. Inhale, down dog split. And then exhale, knee to right elbow this time, engaging those side abs. Inhale, down dog split. Exhale, knee in towards chest, hold. And then gently placing the left foot in between the hands, runner's lunge, left side. Again, making sure that knee is just above the heel. It shouldn't be going over the toes. Adjusting your feet if you need to feel stable, feel strong. And then when you're ready, you can begin to lift up the arms, lift up the chest, making your way into a crescent lunge. So 90-degree angle with the front leg here. Back leg is extended, back heel is lifted, arms above head. Nice job, guys. Engage the core as we inhale. And then exhale, opening up the arms into cactus arms, squeezing shoulder blades together, opening up our hearts. Inhale, extend that left leg. And then exhale, you can open up into a warrior two. So I'm gonna turn around so I can face the camera. But the alignment in the legs should be a nice deep bend in the front leg. The front heel should be in line with the arch of the back foot. Arms straight out in front of you. Gaze above the left fingertips. So from here, inhale, reach forward, the left fingertips. Exhale, reach up, 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 and back. Making your way into that reverse warrior. Placing the back hand on the calf, the thigh wrapped around your back for a bind, yogi's choice. Finding length in the left side body here, and then inhale, bring it back to center, warrior two. Exhale, release here. Inhale, reach forward once again. Exhale, side angle this time. Left elbow finds that left thigh, or you can extend both arms, hover the fingertips above the mat. Next, inhale, using your core here to inhale, lift up, 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 and up, and then opening up back up into warrior two. From here, straightening out that left leg, angling the front toes so they're in line with the back toes here. So we're facing the side of our mat. Arms out to the side, and again, making your way into that wide-legged forward fold bend. Hinging at the hips, leading with the chest. And then allowing your head to fall between the shoulders, shaking your head yes and no. Bending one knee, bending the other, moving side to side. And then from here, planting the hands underneath the shoulders. Heel toeing those feet in a little bit closer together. And then this time we're gonna move into a yogi squat. So really opening up the hips today. Yogi squat is hands to heart center, kind of using your elbows to open up the knees here. The ultimate goal is to get heels to touch the mat, but if you can't quite get there, you can grab a block or a pillow, place it underneath the hips for support here. It's a little tough one. So there's an option for you in this yogi squat, if you need one. This pose is really great for circulation and digestion. So hanging out here just for a few breaths, and then when you're ready, we can place hands to your mat, lift up the hips towards the ceiling, remove that block or pillow, and then begin to angle the toes towards the front of your mat. Walk the hands over to the left foot, trying to bring those to knee here. And then when you're ready, placing that right foot to the back of the mat, making your way into runner's lunge on the left side. From here, gently bringing that back knee to the mat, flipping toes under, and again, finding that low lunge on the left side this time. Grabbing that block or pillow if you need to, placing it on either side of that left foot. And then inhale as we press the hips forward, opening up the chest, making your way into that low lunge. And then exhale, bringing hips back towards the heel, straightening out that left leg, trying to bring those to knee. Staying high to the left hamstrings. Inhale, bring hips forward, low lunge, opening up the right hip flexor. And then exhale, bringing the hips back. Inhale, hips forward. And exhale, hips back. And just kind of moving into this mini flow again, going at your own pace, with your own breath. If you need to stay in one position a little bit longer, if it feels really good today, feel free to do so. This is your practice. I challenge you guys to kind of just tune into the body, whatever it needs today. When you're ready, moving back in that low lunge, planting right hand on the inside of that left foot, and then inhaling left arm up and over, making your way to that spinal twist. Putting left hand back down to the mat, and then bringing that left knee back to meet the right, making your way into that tabletop position. And again, ending with a child's pose, bring the knees nice and wide, Big toes to touch, turn the hips back towards the heels. Child's pose. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Option to walk the hands over to the right side of your mat as we press into the left hip, finding length in the left side. And then walking hands over to the left side of your mat, pressing into the left or the right hip, finding length on the right side. And then bringing hands to hearts, hands to the center. Optional tricep stretch here. You can bring fingertips to touch behind the back of the head. And then releasing the hands, slowly making your way back up to that tabletop position. Tucking the toes under, bringing the hips up and back, making your way back into a down dog. From here, inhale, as we shift the weight into the hands, making your way into a high plank, engage the core. And then exhale to low plank, slow motion push up all the way down to the mat. And then inhale to baby cobra, full cobra, or up dog. Opening up our hearts as we inhale, and then exhale back to down dog. Nice job, guys. From here, inhale to the nose, exhale to the mouth. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms above head. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana, mountain pose. Nice job, guys. From here, we're just gonna work on one standing balance before we move into our cool down. So finding any spot on your mat today, you can do the right leg first or the left leg first, it doesn't matter. Yogi's choice here. But we're gonna start in Tadasana mountain pose. So feet hip width apart, spread the toes nice and wide, keep them out with them, send the weight to the middle of your arches. And then from here, just beginning to shift your weight into one foot or the other. Slowly shifting the weight, and then begin to lift up the opposite foot. You can bring the foot to meet the ankle, the calf, the inner thigh, maybe on top of the hip. We're gonna move into tree pose. So yogi's choice here, whatever's most comfortable for you today. Finding a spot with the lower legs first, and then beginning to engage the core, roll shoulders down and back. You bring hands to heart center. Option 1. Option 2, you can grow those branches, bringing arms above head. Option 2, you can bring arms into cactus arms, make yourself into a cactus. Option 3. Or you can bring hands behind the low back, bringing palms to touch in a prayer pose. Option 4. Wherever we're at today, just trying to find a fun, playful standing balance today. You can even try closing the eyes if you want to add a little bit of extra challenge to your balance. Again, finding that breath, maybe finding a spot on the wall to focus on. And then when you're ready, slowly allowing that foot to fall back to your mat with control. Rolling out the ankle if you need to, rolling out the toes, spreading out the toes. And then moving on to the other side when you're ready. Again, starting with feet hip width apart, spreading out those toes nice and wide, gripping them out with them. Sending the weight to the middle of the arch here, softening the knees. Slight tuck at the tailbone, engage the core, belly button in towards the spine. And when you're ready, beginning to shift the weight into the opposite foot. And then slowly beginning to lift up the opposite foot to the ankle, inner calf, inner thigh, maybe on top of the hip. Just trying to avoid the knee area. Finding that position of choice here, and then again, working your way to the branches. You can have hands start heart center, arms overhead, cactus arms, or prayer pose behind the low back. So kind of just playing with this pose today, again, having fun with it. If you're trying to challenge yourself, closing the eyes here. And just finding a few breaths as we challenge our balance today. And from here, again, slowly with control, bringing that opposite foot back down to your mat, shaking it out, rolling out the ankles, whatever you need to do. And then when you're ready, inhaling arms above head, exhaling forward fold, hinging at the hips, sitting with the chest. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Moving into a ball squat, so lifting up onto the heels as we bring the hips all the way down to the heels as they're lifted. And then slowly walking the fingertips out in front of you for support, and then bringing forehead towards the knees into a ball pose. This is really good stretch for your feet, for the muscles in the back of the neck. And then slowly, when you're ready, you can roll onto the hips, making your way into a seated position. And from here, you can extend the legs out in front of you, shaking them out a little bit, inhaling arms above head. And then exhaling, slowly melting belly over thighs, reaching for the shins, the ankles, the toes, whatever's in your practice today. And then allowing the head to fall between the shoulders. You can bend the knees here as much as you need to, as long as you feel just a gentle stretch of the hamstrings. And then slowly rolling vertebrae by vertebrae. We're going to bring the arms out in front of you. And then engaging the core once more. Making your way onto your backs. Slowly with control, once your shoulders hug the mat, you can bring arms overhead, doing the whole body stretch. Reaching fingertips as far away from the toes as you possibly can as you inhale. And then exhale, bringing knees towards the chest, rocking side to side. From here, hugging the right knee in towards the chest, allowing the left leg to extend and fall to your mat. Using your biceps here, hugging the right knee into the right shoulder, rolling up the ankle. And then using your left hand to guide that right knee over to the left side of your mat, pressing shoulder blades into the mat, extending right arm, allowing your gaze to fall to the right. Supine spinal twist. And slowly bringing that right knee back into the chest, giving it one more tight squeeze. And then switching it out, so hugging the left knee in, letting the right leg fall to your mat. Using your biceps to hug that knee into the left shoulder. Rolling out the ankle. And then allowing that right hand to guide that left knee over to the right side of your mat. Pressing your shoulder blades into the mat. Allowing your left arm to extend. Gaze follows. As you inhale, bringing that left knee back into the chest, giving it a tight squeeze, and hugging in the right knee in to meet it, so hugging both knees, rocking side to side. And then from here, allowing the feet to fall to the mat. We're gonna make our way into the Baddha Konasana, so supine butterfly position. So soles of the feet come together as we let the knees fall out to the side. You can have arms underneath your thighs for support. This is a little bit too much. Or you can have one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. This is a really great restorative pose. Very grounding. And then just again, connecting with that breath. Feeling the belly rise as you inhale. And fall as you exhale. Closing the eyes here. And then when you're ready, you can begin to open up the eyes. We're gonna make our way into our final Shavasana pose. So I'll give you guys some options today for your final resting pose. You can stay here in this butterfly position with the legs, or you can extend the legs all the way out so they're straight. You can allow the feet to splay out to the sides. This can be your final Shavasana or final resting pose. Or option 3, you can move into legs up a wall pose. So finding a nearby couch or wall, scooting your hips up against it, and then walking the feet up onto that wall or couch or whatever it is, and laying onto your backs. Legs up a wall pose or legs up a couch pose, as long as the feet are elevated above the heart, you'll get the benefits of this pose. So those are your 3 options today for final resting pose. Go ahead and just choose whatever one is speaking to you today, whatever you need. I'll give you guys a few minutes to get there. Once you find your final resting pose, let's all take a nice deep breath together in through the nose, fill the belly, fill the lungs. And then exhale through the mouth, make it nice and loud. Let it all go. Release the tongue. Release the jaw. Release the area in between the eyebrows. And just allow yourself to kind of just melt into your mat, into the floor. Allow yourself to be heavy. Take up as much space as you can. And then again, just beginning to bring your attention inwards. So scanning the body, noticing any differences compared to the beginning of class. And then again, bringing your attention to your breath. Just noticing the natural ebb and flow of your inhales and your exhales. How the belly moves with it. Noticing your heartbeat. And then again, picturing in your mind what you're thankful for today. I know it's been a crazy time these last few weeks. So a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anxiety. So I really just want to bring your attention to something you're grateful for that really just allows us to stay grounded in all these different times of uncertainty. Just taking a few deep breaths and thinking of a few things to be thankful for can really change your perspective, change your attitude. So again, picturing in your mind what you're thankful for today, meditating on that thought and on that feeling. And then when you're ready, you can begin to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Open up the eyes. Whatever final resting pose we're in, let's all, again, just take a nice, big, deep breath in through the nose, fill the belly, fill the lungs as much as you possibly can. And then nice, loud, open mouth, exhale. Make it as loud as you can. Let it all go, and then begin to roll onto either side, again, making your way into that fetal position that we did at the beginning of class, bringing knees in towards the chest, and then kind of just using your arm as a pillow. And then just keeping his last few moments, again, for moments of gratitude. Thanking yourself for carving out this time for your practice, for your body, for your mind. And thanking your body for all the hard work it's just done and continues to do each and every day. And then slowly, when you're ready, you can use your arms to make your way up to a seated position. Taking your time to get here. Once you're here, you can bring arms up to the sides, ending with a few neck rolls. So doing a full neck roll to the right. And a full neck roll to the left. Bringing hands to heart center. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to guide you in your practice today. It was great seeing you guys on this Wednesday night. I hope you have a great rest of your week and a great rest of your Wednesday night. Yeah, the divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste.